Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So I'm sure you are all set for Snap day after tomorrow, and the ones who are going to write it for the first time. Let me tell you that people call it the easiest examination. There are some people who will say कि सबसे आसान एग्जाम होता है, ठीक है, MBA entrance सबसे आसान एग्जाम होता है. But the thing is, no exam is easy. Okay, so I was watching one person, like some famous person's video. Okay, famous in the sense that popular, I would say, not in terms of in-depth understanding of the exams or not, but just a popular person. He was saying that very easy exam, very exam, सबसे easy exam. But let me tell you that if the exam is easy, the competition is intense. So no examination is easy. Okay, so like you might have appeared on CAT. CAT difficult tha. Yes, CAT has like if you compare that 99 percentile, so less than half of the marks you can get 99 percentile, right? But in Snap, you in order to get 99 percentile, you might have to score somewhere around 45 plus, depending on the paper. अगर बहुत easy आता है तो maybe you might require 45 to make 99 percentile, or if it comes slightly less, maybe 42, and if it is super easy, really very easy, maybe even 47, 48 to get 99 percentile. Okay, so don't take any false hopes from that like the examination is very easy. Yes, it is easy in terms of difficulty, but in terms of competition it is very intense. Okay. So we are going to do quant marathon. We already had one on LR, we did on English also yesterday. I hope you must have enjoyed those sessions, right? And today we will see quant. And quant in Snap is mixed, right? It asks questions from all topics. It can have questions from your arithmetic, algebra, geometry, right, modern math. So you need to be wise in picking the questions. There will be some questions which are easily doable. वो question attempt करना. If you find some question lengthy, calculation intensive, you need to avoid that. Okay, that is the key to scoring well on Snap. So let's begin the class. Before we begin, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends who are preparing for Snap. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is the best channel for all MBA entrance examination, providing high quality content for all exam relevant content, right? So if it is Snap, we will have Snap kind of questions that will be discussed in today's class. Okay, and in case you are preparing for Snap, we have mocks for Snap that include a mix variety of questions covering the difficulty level of the 3 years. And we have 20 full length mocks. The last mock will be live now. So a lot of you were asking कि कब live होगा. So एक mock कुछ लोगों ने 19 खत्म भी कर दिए. Okay, so we will have that last mock live today. So let's begin. Let's start with an easy question, easy exam, easy question. So if this is a question asked, then uh, definitely a must do question. So don't go with any percentile thing. Just try to give your best because लास्ट ईयर बच्चों ने ऐसे ही किया था. लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर वाला देख के गए थे और फिर बाद में कंप्लेन करते हैं कि इस बार कट ऑफ ज्यादा चलेगी. लास्ट ईयर द पेपर वाज इजी एज कंपेयर टू 2022, right? So it will entirely depend on the difficulty level of the paper. So don't go with any score in mind. So जो अगर 22 और 23 में देखे हैं, they would know this, that they like the one who appears on multiple know the reality, but जो एक बार देखे आता है वो कहता है कि लास्ट ईयर इतना था, इस बार कट ऑफ बढ़ गई. Paper was also easy last year as compared to previous one. This is a simple question. A number is divided by 126, remainder is 77. What is the remainder when that same number is divided by 18? Okay, so very simple ways to do it. First thing is, like the algebraic way, we will see all the ways. Okay, and understand that which one should you pick. So first way, the algebraic way, the proper number way, that is, let us say the number is 126x plus 77. Okay, so we can write it as 18 into 7x plus 77. Now 77 can be written as 18 into 4 plus 5. So we have the number as 18 into 7x plus 18 into 4 plus 5. So 18 common, 7x plus 4 plus 5. Now this part is divisible and the remainder is 5. So that is the proper way by the definition of remainder. Okay. दूसरा है you take the option like have a remainder of 77. So add 77 to it. You get 203. Divide by 18. 18 1 is 18. 23. Answer आ गया. Second thing, the third thing, which is the most easiest way to remember it, is if you have this number divides the large number. Okay? अगर smaller number larger number को divide करता है, in that case directly divide 77 by 18. Okay, 18 4 is 72. You get the answer 5. Now, suppose instead of 18, let us say if I give you a number which does not divide 126. If I give the number 36, okay, if I give instead of 18, I will give the number 86, the answer will be cannot be determined. Okay, because in that case, we will take two cases. If you take the number 203 and second number we take 329, divide by 36, 36 into 5 is 180 plus 23, and this is 36 into 9, 324 plus 5. So we are getting 23 and 5, two different possible remainders. So if this number divides, the smaller number divides the larger number, directly find it. But if it is a number does not divide, so remember this case is more important to remember. So easy question that is fine. But this is important to remember. If the number does not divide, the answer cannot be determined because it is our tendency. ठीक है, अगर हमें 18 की जगह 36 दिया होता, you would have taken this case, और ऑप्शन में 23 होता, you would have marked that as the answer, but that is wrong. Okay, so a shopkeeper gave a discount of 10% and made a profit of 250. If the ratio of marked price to the cost price is 4:3, what is the cost price of the article? So today Rohit Sharma is going to be a middle order batsman, it seems like maybe number 5. So let's look at this question. The discount of 10%, profit of 250. So we have three things. Cost price, this is the selling price and mark price. We are given ratio of cost price to ratio of mark price to cost price is 4:3. So if this is 4x, this will be 3x. 10% यहाँ से discount दे रहे हैं. So selling price will be 3.6x. Right? Now there is a profit of 250. What is the profit? 0.6x is equal to 250. We need to find cost price. Cost price is 3x, means 5 times. Isn't it? 5 times of 250 is 1250. Okay, so cost price and mark price ratio is given. We figure out the selling price after giving 10% discount. Profit is selling price minus cost price. So 0.6x is 250. We'll need to multiply by 5 to get the cost price. Okay, let's see the next problem. Find the lateral surface area of a cylinder having a radius of 9 centimeter and a volume of 1782 centimeter cube. So what is lateral surface area or curved surface area? It is also called curved surface area, okay, of a cylinder. So cylinder, you have this kind of a structure. Volume is given by pi r square h, and curved surface area is given as 2 pi r h, right? So volume is given to us, r is given to us, we need to find 2 pi r h. Okay, so first of all we will do is, like, see, one way is you calculate the value of h and solve it. Okay, एक तो तरीका ये कि आप ऐसे solve करोगे. Other way you can do is you can just like avoid the finding the value of h. Okay, like how to do this is v upon c. If you do, right, since I know the, you know the formula, you should know this formula. Okay, we can take this ratio, and that will be equal to, let us say we need to find the curved surface area, that is x. Volume is given to us, so 1782 by x. So r gets cancelled, so 1 r will be left, h will get cancelled, pi will get cancelled. So r by 2, r is 9, so we can say x is equal to 1782 into 2 by 9. So 9 9 into 888 and 198 into 2, 396 centimeter square. Okay, so you can take this way also, or the conventional way would be, of course, finding the value of height. Okay, but this is like, if you can think like this, you are better off than most of the people, because आपको पता है कि h निकालने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. Okay, so you need to be vigilant with these things as well. What is the area enclosed by these lines? So we are given three lines. So you need to find the area enclosed by them. So it's a coordinate geometry based question. So you may get one or two questions off topic. Off topic, I mean that they are not off topic, but rarely tested topic. ठीक है, जो लोग बहुत कम prepare करके जाते हैं. So if you get such one or two such questions, see, the problem with people is they focus on those two talks. They talk about those 2-3 questions which turn out to be very difficult. वो हर साल स्नैप में देखने को मिलता है. Last year there was one question by the name lexicographic order. Okay, so you do not avoid that question. Why do you put so much thought into जो like एक दो question odd आ जाते हैं? So just ignore that. Okay, so let's see this thing, that area enclosed by the lines. So first of all we will find the 3 points at which they meet. Okay, we need to find the points, then only we can solve for these. Okay, so 2x minus y, first equation is 2x minus y equals to 2. One equation is 4x plus 3y equals to 24, and third is y is equal to minus 4. Okay, so we can put y is equal to minus 4 and get the meeting point of this. So if you put y is equal to minus 4, 2x plus 4 is equal to 2, or x equal to minus 1. Okay, so one point is minus 1 comma minus 4. Okay, we will have 3 points. If you put y is equal to minus 4, 4x minus 12, so x will be 9, 9 comma minus 4 from these two equations, and we will solve these two equations as well. 6x minus 3y will be equal to 6, and 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. So when we add, we will get 10x equal to 30, or x equal to 3. X is 3 and y is equal to 4. X 3 and y as 4. So these are the 3 points. Okay, so these 3 points you will get. Now one method to find this area is basically applying the thing like half of x1 y2 minus y3. एक तरीका ये होता है मैट्रिक्स फॉर्मूला. Okay, x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2 ये फॉर्मूला होता है ठीक है you can put like take one of these as x1 x2 x3 and solve it okay and other way is you can find the lengths of the sides and probably that would be a better option to use sides length side length now this is minus 1 to 9 so distance is 10 because this is minus 4 and minus 4 so we can directly find the distance as 10 so this side length is of 10 now let us call these sides a b and c ab will be given by under root of 3 plus 1 whole square plus 4 plus 4 whole square basically 4 minus minus 4 so that is 16 plus 16 that is root 32 okay so ab is root 32 and ac is 9 minus 3 whole square plus 4 plus 4 whole square okay so that is equal to 36 plus this is 64 root of 96 okay 36 plus 6 sorry this is 100 root 100 6 square plus 8 square that is 10 okay so this is 10 this is 10 and third side is root 32 okay here 10 10 and root 32 okay so two sides are 10 and 10 and this is root 32 so root 32 is basically 4 root 2 okay so this side is 4 root 2 we can make it like 2 root 2 and then this will be गड़बड़ क्यों हो रहा है this is 10 this is 4 and 8 sorry ये 8 square that is made a mistake here that is 16 plus this is root 80 okay root 80 that is 4 root 5 ये आपका आएगा 4 root 5 isn't it 4 and 4 square that is 64 plus 16 80 that is 4 root 5 आएगा okay so 4 root 5 this is 4 root 5 this is 10 okay now either you can use the like you can use this thing like finding this height and multiply with this half base into height or you can use this also or the third alternative could be use Heron's formula so Heron's formula if we use Heron's formula will give us semi perimeter as 20 plus 4 root 5 uh, by 2 that is 10 plus 2 root 5 okay and like semi perimeter thing would be a worse thing to use instead we can find this perpendicular height this is 4 root 5 so half of this would be 2 root 5 root 20 so this will be root 80 and root 80 into 4 half base into height like 4 root 5 into root 80 that is 4 root 5 so basically we will get 2 and root 558 that will be 40 square units okay or if you use the values here you will get 40 okay so in the examination you can skip such a question okay let's move to the next question the speed of water in a river is 4 km per hour a man can row his boat against the current at 10 km per hour How much time does it take for him to row 12 kilometer downstream? So there will be some speed breakers. Like for example, this was a speed breaker question. So the thing is to avoid those questions. And if you get something which is from unfamiliar topic, जो आपने नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है, practice नहीं किया हुआ है, then you should avoid those questions. The speed of water, so we have four speeds: downstream, upstream, boat, and stream. Speed of water is 4. Okay, and against the current, against means upstream, upstream is 10. So boat will be 14, downstream will be 18. So he has to go 12 kilometer downstream, 12 by 18, that is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 hours means 40 minutes. Now this is a question that should be done within 30 seconds. मतलब ये direct question है. Okay, the previous question was the one that should be skipped. So there will be certain questions which are worth skipping at the first go. And if time permits, then you can go ahead and attempt them. A statue stands on a pedestal which is 20 meters high. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal is 45 degree and the angle of the elevation of the top of the statue is 60 degrees. What is the height of the statue? So after SIBM Pune and SCM then you have SIBM Bangalore, SIIB, SIOM. Okay, so let's see this question, right? Heights and distances is a chapter which you should cover for Snap. Okay, we have a video also on our channel, heights and distances. So usually a question aa jata heights and distances se. Heights and distances is quite simple. Like there are three kinds of triangles. Two kinds basically: 30, 60, 90, or 45, 45, 45. So there is a statue which is standing on a pedestal which is 20 meters high. Okay, so the statue is here. So this is the pedestal and the statue is standing on top of it. It is 20-meter high. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal is 45 degrees. So there is a point over here and this angle is 45 degrees. And angle of elevation of top of the statue is 60 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. Now remember one thing, that there are two kinds of triangles: 30, 60, 90 and 45, 45, 90. Okay. So in 30, 60, 90, the side ratios are 1 ratio root 3 ratio 2. And in this, the side ratios are 1 ratio 1 ratio root 2. Okay. So basically, the side opposite to 60-degree angle will be root 3 times of side opposite to 30-degree angle. So first we consider this triangle. So 20, this is 45, 45, 90. This will be 45. So the sides are equal. Hence, this will be 20. Now, if you consider the other triangle, this is 20 and we need to find this height, right? Now, this is 30 degrees and this is 60 degrees. So, 30 degree opposite to 30 is 1. So, opposite to 60 is root 3. So, this will be 20 root 3. Okay, 20 root 3 is the total height. Okay. Now 20 root 3, you should know these values. Root 3 is 1.732, or you can take 1.73 also. So 20 root 3 will be 173 into 2, 346. So 34.6. So this height is 34.6. So this is the pedestal. We need to tell the height of the statue. So we need to find the height from this part till this part. Total is 34.6. The lower part is 20. So the height of the statue is 14.6 meters. Okay, so please cover heights and distances. You can expect a question from it. Like very likely you get questions from heights and distances. So last year also there were questions. Prior to that also have been questions from this. Okay, 14.6 is the right answer. Okay, DI you will get, and DI is going to be an easy picking. ठीक है, जो DI आता है बहुत easy आता है. So the state government funded 5 startups A, B, C, D, E with a total funding of 13 crores. The pie chart below gives the percentage distribution of the funding. The amount invested in E is what percent more than the amount invested in B? Downstream is board plus stream. Na? So board is 14, stream is 4. The amount invested in E is what percent more than the amount invested in B. Now you must be calculating the amount, isn't it? आप निकाल लोगे कि 13 crore से आप ये percentage निकाल लोगे. Remember that if you have any question in pie chart, only asking about percentages. ये आपको use ही नहीं करना. Okay, use ही नहीं करना. What we will do is B it is 21%, E is 26%. So if you are learning for the very first time, okay, the ones who know, good. The ones who do not know, please learn it. Like unless you have to find a particular number, ठीक है, अगर कोई number निकालना होता है, then only you multiply by 13 crore. So you can try this question. Like you can go with 1 crore, 0 crore, like 50 lakh, any number. Okay, so B is 21, E is 26. Now do not say 5. If you say 5, the difference, no, it is what percent more, right? So 5 more, 5 by 21. Okay, just do 5 by 21. इतना simple question आपको 13 crore से multiply नहीं करना. 5 by 21. 21 into 2 is 42. Okay, so 20 plus something. 20 plus percentage ही होगा, right? 21 into 2 is 42. So there is only one option. That straight away becomes the answer. So if you are calculating using this, that means that you do not know the right way. Okay. So remember, in a pie chart, if you have to do any calculation, like if I ask you that how much is A investment in A is what percent of C? A is what percent of C? So you can directly do 18 by 20 and say 90%. Right? So within these, if things are involved, you do not need the total. So whether the investment was 40 lakh, 13 crores, 79 crores, anything, it will be the same. Okay. So what we did was E is 26, B is 21, 5 more. It is saying what percent more. So do not take the difference. Okay. Whenever we say percent more, it means that how much more upon the value over here. So do not take 5. 5 अगर यहाँ पे ऐसा होता what percent point, if it was what percent point, then you would say 26 minus 21, that is 5. Okay, percentage point, that is an important thing to know, right? So you get 5 by 21, which is 20 plus percent. You do not even have to calculate further. We know 21 into 2 is 42. So it is definitely more than 20. Only one option is there. If it was needed, then you would have calculated. Okay, so becomes very easy by ignoring that total. Okay, simple question on algebra. So if you get algebra and that is uh, like it is going to be easy one. See the kind of questions you are seeing today. These are going to be the typical level of difficulty. Some of them would be on the difficult side, but mostly uh, input output. You may get a question or two. Okay, but that is going to be an individual question. A question may be asked. Okay, so don't go by this, but उतना difficult नहीं आता जैसे NMAT में आता है. It's a simple input output, and see again whatever topic is asked, it is about uh, the uh, time taken. If it is easy, attempt it. If you feel that it is lengthy, कोई भी topic है, चाहे आपको अच्छे से आता है, lengthy topic avoid करना है. Okay, all right. So this, if you know how to use functions, you would have done h. So this is an h-stat function. We will first find h of 3. H of 3 will be 9 plus 5, that is equal to 14. So the function now becomes f of g of 14. So g is 5x plus 2. So 14 into 5 plus 2, that is 72. So f of 72. So f of 72 is 100 minus 72, that is 28. Okay, so that is how we are going to attempt it. I hope you are enjoying this session. So please don't forget to like this video. And if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. And in case you are preparing for different MBA entrance examinations and are looking for mocks for different exams and relevant mocks, because a lot of people who take other mocks, they complain that इसके mocks बहुत ज़्यादा difficult हैं या इस तरह के question exam में नहीं आते. So we have very well curated mocks for all different examinations. Okay, and like you will find mocks for all like NMAT, SNAP, ZAT, CMAT, MHCT will be launching soon. Okay, so we'll have mocks for all these examinations. You can check out our mock bundle. A tank is fitted with two inlet pipes A and B. The empty tank gets filled up if pipe A works for 8 minutes and pipe B works for 6 minutes. However, due to some problem, pipe A works only half its capacity. As a result, both pipes are open for 8 minutes each to fill the tank completely. How much time do pipes A and B respectively take to fill that empty tank? Now, this is something like what I say, that a skippable question at the first go. Yes, I will appear on all three slots, but now they have made six. Basically, every day they have two slots, so there are total six slots. A person can write only three. So, day after tomorrow, when I have the exam, I'll have it in the first slot, like 2 to 3 p.m. Puzzles you can get, but uh, usually see in Snap, mostly it is individual question. There might be a bunch of two questions. Maybe there could be a puzzle of two questions, three questions at max, but not many. Okay, similarly it goes with other things also. In DI also you might have a DI of 2 to 3 questions, but it is usually individual. Now this is a question which is worth skipping at the first. मतलब जो वाला question होता है ना सबसे पहले attempt करने वाला. So uh, it is not that question. So this is a speed breaker. So in Snap it is all about avoiding speed breakers. ऐसा question आएगा skip कर दो. Do it later. I'm not saying that it is not doable. But considering the speed of Snap, wherein you have to attempt 60 questions, this is not worth attempting. Okay, there will be better questions, easy, straightforward questions. Do those questions first. So there are two pipes A and B. If pipe A works for 8 minutes and B works for 6 minutes, the tank is filled. But pipe A is working only at half its capacity and both are open for 8 minutes each to fill the tank completely. Okay. So A is working at half of its capacity. So let us say the capacity is A की कैपेसिटी ले लेते हैं 2A. Why I am taking 2A? Because we have to take half over here. Okay, and in B the capacity is B. So the total tank is filled when A is open for 8 minutes, right? And A for 8 minutes and B for 6 minutes, right? So 2A into 8 plus 6B is the total capacity. Okay, and that is equal to A is working at half its capacity. So it is open for 8 minutes and B is also open for 8 minutes. Right? So in that time, the tank gets filled. So we will find the ratio between A and B. Okay, so we have 16A plus 6B. You could have taken A as A only. I mean, not 2A. आप A भी ले सकते थे because here we will get an integer value. Okay, so that is equal to 8A plus 8B. So we will get 8A is equal to 2B or B is equal to 4A. Okay. So let us say the efficiency of A is 1. Okay, so B will be 4. So basically the total capacity is 2A into 8, right? That is or simple way A को 1 ले लो, so that is 8 plus this is 8 plus 32, that is 40. So capacity is 40. You can put in any of the equations, you will get 40. So total capacity is 40, right? Now A will take the efficiency of A is 2A, so 40 by 2 20, and efficiency of B is 4, so B takes 10 minutes. So 20 minutes and 10 minutes to fill the tank. Okay, but like since the question is lengthy, I mean not very lengthy, but compared to snap, अब आप कहोगे कि cat में ये question तो easy कहलाएगा, ठीक है? cat के perspective से this is a easy to moderate question, but for snap it will be considered as a difficult question because it is lengthy to read and efficiency is changing to half. So that way, for snap, from snap point of view, this is a question that you should not be attempting. So it is about attempting the right set of questions. So snap is easy, no doubt. ठीक है, but उसमें फिर attempt भी आपको ज़्यादा करने पड़ते हैं और you need to skip the questions which appear to be even slight, थोड़ा सा भी lengthy लगे, avoid that because there will be some easy pickings for sure. In reasoning also there will be some very easy questions. There will be some very simple number series. And the other side, there could be some very lengthy questions. It could be, let's say, a blood relation with a long puzzle or some arrangement question. You need to skip that. It is just about picking the right set of questions. आप क्या करते हो, कोई क्वेश्चन लेते हो उस पर फिक्सेट हो जाते हो. सो यू नीड टू यूज skip very fast. And remember one thing, if you are attempting snap, make sure you check your mouse. ठीक है, एग्जाम से पहले माउस चेक कर लेना बिकॉज यू नीड अ वेरी फास्ट माउस फॉर दैट. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको लाइक यू माइट हैव टू स्किप क्वेश्चंस वेरी फास्ट. So if your mouse, the mouse that you are given in the examination center is operating slow, that will hamper your speed in the exam. So that is one must check that you should do. Okay, so we need to tell that this number is divisible by which of these. Uh, all of them 11 and 5. So definitely C option is wrong because 5 से तो होगा ही last में 0. Okay, we can clearly eliminate. We need to check 5. 5 we have checked. 9 and 11 we need to check. 9 is sum of digits. Okay, now if you see the number, it is containing digits from 9 to 1, so you do not have to add. Okay, sum of 1 to 9 is n plus 1 by 2, 9 into 10 by 2, which is 45. So 9 से तो divisible है. So it is divisible by 5. It is divisible by 9. We need to check whether it is divisible by 11 or not. Okay, so 11 से divisibility check करनी है. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so what is the sum? This is 20 and this total is 25. The difference is 5. So it is not divisible by 11. So it is divisible by 5 and 9 but not by 11. Okay, so this is the answer. So there would be some questions like this also जो बहुत easy होंगे. ऐसे questions pick करने, and if you have lengthy questions, avoid it. That is the key of doing great in Snap. Aman invested rupees 8750 in a mutual fund and got a 20% return per year compounded annually for 3 years. What was his capital gain after 3 years? Now, what is capital gain? So, some student thinking, okay, कोई नया concept आ गया capital gain. See, a person is having some principal, he is earning some amount. The interest is basically capital gain is indirectly asking how much interest he got in this amount. So calculate it. So you can call it profit, or in this case, like technically you need to find the interest. And these are the questions where the techniques help you solve it fast. Like if you wear the conventional formula and all, it will take a lot of time to calculate. No, there is no calculator in Snap. This year in ZAT, they are saying that there will be calculator, but in Snap, there is no calculator. So how much are you getting the capital gain? Capital gain basically, ये आपको principal दिया है. You need to find the interest in it. Now you are taking time to solve this question. Okay. Now see this thing. Few things that you should know is like compound interest is what? Compound interest is amount is P 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T, right? And compound interest is amount minus P. So if you subtract P from this, you can take P common 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T minus 1. Okay, that's what we get. Now see this thing that in this case, there is 20% return per year. So the rate is 20%. Time is 3 years. So basically, the compound interest, the capital gain is P is 8750, 1.2 ka whole cube minus 1. Okay, so you should know cubes of 11 and 12. That is quite handy. 11 cube is 1331. So kabhi 10% rate of interest hota hai. 3 years mein it is 33.1%. Okay, 12 cube is 1728. So it will be 72.8%. Okay, so 1.2 cube will be 1.728%. So basically we need to find 8750 ka 7.728. Now, other calculation technique here is like that is why knowledge of fractions and all is quite handy. So 875, 7 by 8 is how much? 0.875. Ignore decimals and zeros. Take this number as 7 by 8 and take this number as 728. ठीक है, zeros अपने आप आ जाएंगे, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कितने जीरो लगाना है. So this is 875. Now some important information. These things, if you know, this knowledge makes you superior than others. Okay, so this is 8, then it is 91. 91 into 7 will be 630 plus 7 637. So 637 cannot be the answer, it has to be 6370. Okay, so your answer will be 6370. So another thing which I would like to tell you, और ये आपको और कोई नहीं बताएगा, कि in Snap there are questions that have none of these as the answers. So this is the story of every year. Now why do they give none of these? Maybe to break your confidence. Okay, so you will find a lot of questions. Okay, there will be a lot of questions, at least you can say that 4 or 5 questions in the examination that has none of these as the options, and some of them have none of these as the answer also. Okay, so these are confidence shaker questions. So understanding the Snap in depth I would say that snap is about like avoiding speed breakers, staying calm in these confidence shakers. I call them personally confidence shaker. आपका confidence हिलता है एक बार को, you try to solve it again because you feel कि none of these आ गया, क्या सही है कि नहीं है. So if you are confident enough, just mark that because snap will have none of these as the answers. That is a characteristic of the examination. I don't know if they change it to something else, but for the years I've seen that that is the scenario. Okay. All right. Here's the next question. It says that two dice are rolled out together. What is the probability of getting a number of one dice greater than the number of other dice? So you need to tell the probability of one dice getting a number greater than other dice. No, no, not 10. इतने भी नहीं होंगे. Around 4 to 5 questions in the exam. Not 10. 10 तो बहुत ज़्यादा हुए हैं. But actual answers would be actually less than none of these actual answers would be somewhere around maybe uh, like three questions out of 60 you will have wherein the answer is none of these. So what I mean to say is if you get none of these as the answer, don't try to solve the question again because it is very much possible that the answer is actually none of these. Okay, so let's see this question that two dices are rolled. We need to find the probability of getting a number of one dice greater than the number of other dice. Okay. Now, इसको थोड़ा सा logically सोचते हैं. Do not make cases, right? So या तो क्या होगा? Either they will be equal numbers या फिर unequal. या तो equal होगा या unequal होगा, isn't it? We need to find how many cases are unequal. Unequal cases are more to count. Count the number of equal cases. So equal cases कब होंगे? 1 1 2 2 and so on till 6 6. So there are 6 equal cases. Unequal cases, there are two dices. So 6 into 6, 36 outcomes. So unequal cases will be 30. So the required probability is 30 by 36 or 5 by 6. Okay, so always count the smaller number. Like if you count unequal cases, 1 के साथ इतने केस बनेंगे, 2 के साथ इतने बनेंगे, that's a foolish thing to do. Varun has 5 children, with the middle one being the only girl. When his friend asked the age of his daughter, he replied that all the children are spaced 2 years apart and the youngest child is half as old as the oldest one. What is the age of the girl? So let's see this question. Right, we have 5 children. Easy question. There are 5 children and spaced 2 years apart. That means that that's an arithmetic progression. Okay, or even if you do not get arithmetic, like although you should know that what is arithmetic progression, even if you did not study that, you could have easily done it. Like first child is a, second child will be a plus 2, a plus 4, a plus 6 and a plus 8. right? So the oldest is 2 times of this. So a plus 8 is equal to 2a, or a is equal to 8, right? We need to tell the middle one is the girl. So a plus 4. A is 8, the girl is 12 years old. Yeah, easy question. So this is the kind of questions, like a typical, I would say that 60% of the questions are of this kind. Okay. So snap, if we talk about easy, moderate, difficult, 60% questions will be easy. Okay. 30% would be moderate. Typical snap. अगर level बढ़ जाता है अलग बात है. What is the issue with people is they try to attempt these questions. लोग इन questions में फंस जाते हैं. ठीक है, आप इनको spot ही नहीं कर पाते. So जैसे we did these mixed bag of questions. There were some questions time and work बहुत lengthy था. Okay, there was a question on uh, your coordinate that was not worth doing. So if you avoid these questions as much as possible, and then time permits, then try to do these moderate ones. Okay, so that's how you need to attempt the paper. So it the easy questions could even be more. It's about picking the right set of questions and snap. So it says that Ramesh covers a certain distance in 6 minutes and 15 seconds, and Suresh covers the same distance in 7 minutes and 5 seconds. In a race of 5 kilometers, what distance will Ramesh beat Suresh? Now this is a race based question. Okay. See, like we are given the time. Time is inversely proportional to speed. Okay. Or you can say speed is inversely proportional to time. So Ramesh upon Suresh, the time is given as 6 minute 15 seconds, convert into seconds. This is 360 plus 15, 375. And Suresh covers the distances 7 minutes and 5 seconds. 725. 7 into 60 is 420. So 425. So we can divide by 25. This is 17 and 15. Okay. So the time is 15 by 70. So if you talk about the speed, the ratio of speed will be Ramesh to Suresh. The speeds will be in the ratio 17 ratio 15. Okay. Now it is given that in a race of 5 kilometer, by what distance will Ramesh beat Suresh? Okay. Now we need to see that distance is directly proportional to speed. So जिसकी speed ज़्यादा होगी वो पहले finish करेगा, isn't it? So the one with the higher speed will finish it first. So the one with the higher speed will finish it first, right? So we have, uh, is there a lag? Is it frozen? Is it still frozen? Still the same. Okay, let me see. Hmm. Okay, now it is fine, right? Like now it's working. So, yeah, so there was some issue, right? The system froze for a while. Now I think it is fine. So we were doing this problem where it says that it is the speeds are in the ratio 17 ratio 15. Okay. So now, like if they are covering a race of 5 kilometers, by what distance will Ramesh beat Suresh? So Ramesh ratios Suresh is 17 ratio 15, or you can say Suresh is 15 by 17 of Ramesh. Okay. Now that means 2 by 17 less 2 by 17 of 5 kilometer. So 2 into 5 kilometer, that is 5,000 meters by 17, which is 10,000 by 17. Okay, which is somewhere 588. So 1 by 17 is 0.588. Okay, or if you divide, you will get 588 meter, less than 600 meter it will be. 17, you do not have to divide after this. See, 17 into 6 is 102, so less than 600. Okay, 17 into 5 is 85, so it is close to 85, or less than 90. This would be the obvious choice. Okay, so time speed distance concept, like if these two people are running, okay, the ratio of time is given as 15 ratio 17. So the ratio of their speed is 17 ratio 15. Okay, so if they are covering the same distance, like distance is in the ratio of speeds. So distance covered will be 17 ratio 15. Ramesh is completing 15 kilometers, 5 kilometer. We need to find how much is Suresh completing. Okay. In how many ways can 6 books be selected from 14 different books if two particular books are always selected? So we need to select 6 books from 14 books, two particular books always selected. So if you happen to have appeared on NMAT, you must have seen that there were a lot of questions on modern math there. But in Snap, that is not the case. You will get some questions, but there will be fewer. So here we have 6 books and two are always selected. Okay, so we are left with only 4 books from the remaining 12. So basically we have to 12, select 4 books from the remaining 12 because two are already selected. So we have only one case. So 12 C4 is 12, 11, 10 and 9 by 24. So this is 99 into 5, 495 ways. Okay, so 2 books are already selected, so we do not have to select those. We have to select 4 out of the remaining 14. 12. The ratio of iron and aluminium in alloys A and B is 3 ratio 4 and 5 ratio 8 respectively. 21 kg of alloy A and 52 kg of alloy B are mixed. What is the ratio of aluminium to iron in the new alloy? So this is an easy question because 3 ratio 4 में आपको split करना है 21 को and 5 ratio is 52, right? We need to find aluminium to iron and the ratio is given iron to aluminium. Okay, so just remember that you have to reverse the things. So first of all, let us do one thing. We will find any one of these two. So if you are finding aluminium, so 4 by 7 of 21 in first alloy, and in second alloy it is 8 by 13. See, we are finding aluminium. So here the ratio for aluminium is given later. So it is 4 into 3, 12, and this is 8 into 4, 32. So total is 44. There is only one option which is with 44. So go with it. No need to calculate the second one. So these are some time saving things. Like you calculate both and then you will say 44 ratio 29. That's a foolish thing to do, because some smart person will calculate only one of them, and these calculations can be done mentally also. I mean, you have to do such things mentally in order to score like 40 45 plus. लोग कहते हैं कि इतने ज्यादा कैसे आते हैं, because people do not use pen for such things, क्योंकि यहाँ पे सीधे सीधे 7 का मल्टीपल है. It is a multiple of 7, it is a multiple of 13. So you should be able to do these fast. So fast, like speed is the game in snap, and small things can make difference. Like for example, your composure, your ego, that could be the like if you stay calm, okay. If you have like ego with question ki अरे difficult है मुझे करना है, that's a stupidity over there. Okay, you need to pick the easy questions, avoid those difficult questions. And of course, if you have not studied, then everything would appear difficult for you. But if you have studied decently, you need to take a good judgment call कि ये बहुत lengthy question है, text wise or concept wise you are not aware of, avoid those. In a regular polygon, the difference between its interior angle and corresponding exterior angle is 108 degrees. How many sides are there in that polygon? So we need to find the number of sides in that polygon. So in a polygon, let's say if there is a regular polygon, okay, so drawing, let's say an hexagon for example, this is the interior angle, this is the exterior angle. Okay, so one thing is constant for any polygon is interior plus exterior is 180 degrees. Okay, that's a fixed thing. Interior plus exterior is 180 for every polygon. So it is not necessarily a hexagon. For every polygon, it is the case. Now, difference between interior and corresponding exterior angle is 108. So I minus E is given as 108. So that gives us I is equal to 144 or E is equal to 36 degrees. That's what we get. And considering the number of sides is equal to 360 by exterior angle. So exterior angle is 36. Hence the polygon will have 10 sides. So the answer is none of these. So again, none of these is the answer. So deliberately I have taken these examples, and even in our mocks you will find some questions, okay, that will have none of these as the answer. To just to give you that perspective ki in the actual examination also this will happen. So don't get uh, what would say that don't shake your confidence based on that. ठीक है, none of these answer होता है exam. Okay, so here's the next question. Divya has taken a loan of rupees 50,000 from a bank at the rate of 10% per annum. The interest will be compounded annually. If she has to repay the loan by paying three equal annual installments, find the annual installment. Now, installment based questions, there are people who go by formula. I never understood the formula of installment, so I skipped that thing when I was in school when it was taught. But while preparing for these examinations, I learned a very good technique to solve it, and I will teach you that also. That will make your question solving very easy. So I mean, if you know installment based questions, I mean the proper approach. If not, I'll teach you. Then I mean, you will realize that it is a simple thing. जो book में formula होते हैं book से कभी समझ में नहीं आएंगे. Okay. So let us understand this thing of installment. How does it work? So installment means that you have taken a loan and you try to pay it equally. Okay, and if you do not pay it equally, then obviously uh, you will have to pay later. So suppose the installments are I1, I2, and I3. Okay, and let us say these installments are 100x, 100x, and 100x. Okay, equal installments, right? Now, how do we solve this question? Is I mean, see, this is there is a formula way also. I never use that formula once I learned this method, and you can understand it very well. So what happens is in case of installment, you have to pay equal annual installment. So 100x, 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 right? The amount will be paid. Okay. Now, what if you do not pay? See, this was supposed to be paid at the end only. So you will pay 100x for this installment. Suppose you skip this installment. अगर आपने ये installment skip कर दी, second installment, ये आपको कब भरनी पड़ेगी? 1 year later. If you skip this installment, you will have to pay at the end of third year, right? This you have to pay at end of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So suppose you do not pay the installment, you say that okay, I will pay it all together at the end. So if you skip it, you will have to pay at the end of 1 year, and there is 10% compound interest. So you will have to pay 110x in that case. Okay. Now suppose you skip this investment here and pay after at the end of 3 years. So you were supposed to pay at the end of 1 year. You skip and you pay at the end. Right. If you skip, you will have to pay 2 years later. If you do not pay on time, you will have to pay 2 years later. So when you pay 2 years later, it is compound interest. If it was simple interest, we would have got 120x. It will become 121x. Right? Is it clear that why are we getting these? If you pay in installments, you will have to pay these money every time. If you pay at the end, you will have to pay this amount for the first installment, this amount for the second installment, and this amount is the third installment. Okay. Now, this total is equal to your, like suppose what we do in compound interest and simple interest, we find the final amount, we find final amount. So find the final amount, because if you are not paying in installment, what are you doing? You are paying everything at the end, and finding everything at the end means you are calculating the final amount. So 50,000 into 10% per annum, so 1.1 and raised to the power 3. Okay, so now this is added. Why it is added? Because you are paying three things altogether. Okay, आपने पहला वाला नहीं दिया, second वाला नहीं दिया, third वाला नहीं दिया. At the end, you are paying all these three things. So this is 231, 331x. So 331x is equal to this 50,000 into 1.331, or you can write like just focus on the digits. 331x is this, okay, or it will be rather 50 because 3 zeros will be knocked off. So x is this. We need to find the value of 100x. We need to find equal installment. So 100x will be 50 into 1331 by 331 into 100. Okay, so you will have to do some calculation over here, maybe needed. Okay, so this will not cancel out. 331 into 1331. Now, in order to do this calculation in a simple way, okay, आप इसे कैसे कर सकते हो? See, of course, I mean, 331 we will not know the table, right? So 33 को 1/3 सोच सकते हैं. 33 को just imagine 1/3 roughly. 133 can be taken as 4/3 roughly, like 133% is 4/3. Okay, so we will use this 50 into 4/3 into 100. Okay, upon 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 gets cancelled. So we get around 20,000. 200 into 1000, that is 20,000. So roughly 20,000. The closest option will be this one. Okay, so if you do using actual calculation, that will be 1331 into 5 divided by 331. You will get 2105 exactly. अगर आप actual निकालोगे. So this is our rough answer, which is 20,000. Okay, and if you use the actual calculator and do it, or if you divide by 331, the product of this, you will get 20,105. Okay, so this is how we solve installment based questions. Okay, so typically an avoidable question in the examination because it requires calculations and like unless you have some familiar numbers which are multiples, do not attempt those questions. Okay, let's see the next question. In this given figure, ABCD is a rectangle. G and H are midpoints of FC and FE respectively. Find GH, the length of GH. So please cover geometry also for snap. You might get a few questions on geometry. So maybe around 3 to 4 questions from geometry. By geometry, I mean not just mensuration but core geometry like triangle based properties or circle based properties, etc. Okay, let's see this thing question. I mean, this seems that if you are taking so much time to attempt this question, it shows that you have not studied geometry, even for CAT. Okay, because it's an easy question. 24 plus 6 is 30. Okay. And this is 70, this is 54, so remaining will be 16. Now we need to find this length. Pythagorean triples. One of the Pythagorean triples is 8, 15, 17. If you do not know, you will calculate 900 plus 256. You will get 1156 or you will get 34. Okay, so 34. Or if you know the Pythagorean triples 16, 30 and 34, that would reduce the time. Other we ask a question like if you have studied geometry for CAT, this is considered as easy to moderate question. Although not easy, but the ones who have prepared well know this thing. Now G and H are midpoints of F, C and FE. So G and H are midpoints. So we have a midpoint theorem. Okay, midpoint theorem says that if in a triangle you take midpoints of a particular side, that means this side is parallel and it is half of the longer side. So this means GH will be parallel to CE and half of it, that is 17 centimeter. Okay, so we get the length as 17. All right, let's see the next one. So if you are uh, preparing for snap and are looking for mock tests, you can check our mock test. They are at par with the latest snap pattern and we have mixed difficulty level across our mocks. So variety of questions you will find there. So let's see this question. I mean, if you are calculating the length of the train, so let's see the logical approach of solving such questions. And see, ultimately, the differentiator in these examinations are going to be your logical approaches, like or the techniques, the tricks and techniques that you know. Like for example, in the previous case, if you knew the Pythagorean triples, you would have done it faster. Okay. Similarly, in this question a train is traveling at a speed of 45 km per hour can cross a tunnel of 320 meters in 38 seconds, right? The second thing we need to find in how much time will it cross a platform of 120 meters. अब लोग इसमें क्या करेंगे? They will find the length of train because it is train plus tunnel. Okay, this is train plus tunnel, and people will multiply to get the difference, right? Not needed. Now, when you say platform of 120 meters, this is train plus platform. Okay, in this case, the train is covering. So, when we have a train going and it is covering 320-meter tunnel, so it is covering its own length also, train plus tunnel. In the second case, the train is going and the train is covering the platform which is 120 meters. So it is covering train plus platform. So instead of like finding the length, we can just subtract. We will say it will cover 200-meter in like we need to find the difference is 200-meter, right? So we need to find the time it will take to cover the difference of 200 meters. नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं हम दिस इज 120 meters 320 meters हाँ so how much time will it take to cover 200 meters so 200 meter what is the time difference that we will calculate so 200 meters it takes basically 200 the speed is 45 into 5 by 18 so that turns out to be 2 by 5 that is 8 and 16 so it takes 16 seconds to cover that 200 meters so for this it is taking 38 thing the difference it is taking 16 seconds so here it will take 22 seconds so the answer is 22 so this is another way of thinking into this problem right for 38 seconds it will cover this distance how much extra time it is taking extra is 200 meters because in both cases it is covering its length plus the platform or the tunnel so extra it is covering 200-meter in how much time will it cover 200-meter extra is 16 seconds so it will take extra 16 seconds here it is taking 38 seconds so it will do it in 22 seconds okay let's see the next question a bit of calculation involved so something that is doable but might require calculations and could be a speed breaker thing. So length, breadth and height of a room are given to us and it has two windows and two doors. So you need to find the area of the wall that needs to be covered with paper. So calculate this. So let's look at this problem. So there is a room and its dimensions are given to us, right? And there are two windows. We need to exclude those windows. We need to find the cost of papering the walls. Okay, so we need to paper the walls. So first of all, what is area of walls? Area of walls is the lateral surface area or 2 times of L plus B into H. Okay, so area of 4 walls is 2 times of L plus B, that is 13, and H is 3, length, breadth and height. Okay, so that is 39 into 2, 78 meters. Okay, so 78 square meter. Now in these walls, it is given that there are in these walls there are two windows. So we will remove its area. So two windows will have area of 3 and two doors. This is 2.5. So two doors will have an area of 5, right? So we will remove total 8. Door plus window. So we have to paint, we have to put wall this paper on 70 square meter. Okay, that is the remaining area. Now 70 square meter we need to put paper, and what is this? This is area. So consider that like it's a 50 centimeter wide paper. So this is a paper that is present and it is 50 centimeter. So it's a rectangular sheet. Okay, and it has to cover a total area of 70 square meter. So this is 50 centimeter. So what is the length? Length will be, or you can say that is zero point 0.5 meters. So length will be how much? 140 meters. Then only the area will be 70. So length is 140, and what is the price? The cost is given as 7.5 per meter. So 140 into 7.5 or 75 into 14 will get 1050. Okay, so a question worth skipping in the examination because of the calculations involved. Okay, now this is the next question. It's based on a chart, and I think the last word may not be visible. Okay, that is expenditure in the same year. So we are given that percent profit of two companies, and profit is income minus expenditure. Percentage profit is calculated on the expenditure. So income of B is 74.58. You need to find its expenditure. B in 2022. So if you get DI, it will be basically one or two questions. Typically एक question आता है DI का, और usually two. So see this question, it is given that the profit is a percentage of expenditure. Okay. So if it is given that the profit is the percentage profit is 13%, isn't it? Between 14 and 12, that is 13%. So profit is 13% of expenditure. Okay, so we are given that income is given. So income will be 113% of expenditure. Okay, so 113% is given 7458. Try to find out what will be the expenditure. Okay, so divide by 113, that is 6. Will we get 6 times? Yes, 678. Second out. 1137458. 6 times will be 678. This will be 6 7. So this is 66 times. So that is 66 crores. Okay, so that is the answer. If two unbiased dice are rolled simultaneously, what is the probability that the sum of the numbers obtained by them is divisible by 4? Okay, so let's see this. This should be an easy one. So we have the sum of the numbers should be divisible by 4, right? There are two dices that need to be rolled. Now, what are the possible sums, right? We can get the sum as 4, 8, and 12. In how many ways can we get 4 as the sum? So 4 we can get in 3 ways. Remember that if you have to find 1 to 7, okay, the number of ways is n minus 1 ways. And if you have to find 7 to 13, 7 to 12, it is 13 minus n ways. ये याद रख लेना instead of making the table every time. Just remember this part. Okay. So in order to get 8, there are 5 ways to get, and 12 can be obtained in one way. Okay. So the sum and the number of ways when two dices are thrown. So how many favorable outcomes we have? Total 9 favorable outcomes out of 36. Hence the probability will be 1 by 4. Okay, so two dice is thrown. You should know the number of outcomes of different totals. Okay, next question. Ela purchased two items A and B for a total of 9,000. She sold A at a loss of 20% and B at a profit of 25%. Thus, she gained rupees 1800 on the overall transaction. What is the cost of item A? So, how to do these questions? It's about taking the variables the right way. Okay, normally people would take variables as 100 and make equations. Now, when we say 20%, 20% means 1/5. Okay, so what we will do is cost price and selling price of A, we will take the cost price as 5A. Now, why I am taking the cost price as 5A? Because when we say that sold at a loss of 1/5, so I can make the selling price as 4A. And B at a profit of 25%. 25% is 1/4. So I will take B, the cost price as 4B, and hence the selling price will be 5B. Okay, that makes calculation simple. Otherwise, आप 1 लोगे तो 1.2, 1.25. That is a calculation intensive thing, right? Like 1.2 and 1.25. Now, the total, it is purchased for a total of 9,000. So 5A plus 4B is 9,000. And 4A plus 5B is 1800 is the gain. So it is 10,800. 1800, that is 100 and 800. So 10,800. Yes. So we need to find the value of A. Okay. So since this is an equation in A and B, just add these two equations. So we'll get 9A plus 9B is equal to 19,800, or we can say A plus B is 2,200. Okay, on adding these two equations, if you add this way, you will get this equation. So A plus B is 2,200. Okay, now 5A plus 4B is 99,000. So we need to find the value of A. So 5A plus 4A is given as 9,000, and 4A plus 4B will be 8,800. So we will get A is equal to 200. A is 200. The cost price of item A is 5A. Hence it will be 1,000 rupees. Okay, so it will be 1,000 rupees. Okay, so you get 1,000. So you can cross verify also, although not needed. Right, so A is 1,000. B should be 8,000. Okay, and when we say that loss of 20%, that is A at 800 and B is sold at 10,000. So that makes sense, 9,000 and 10,800. So that is one approach. Okay, another approach which like a higher thought process approach is allegation thing. ठीक है, so ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, right? And like you can make it like this, that like A पे कितना लॉस है? A is sold at a loss of 20%, so A is sold at 80%. B पे कितना लॉस है? B पे there is a profit, so B is sold at 125%. Overall transaction has 20% profit. One ratio 8. Total is 9,000. So A is 1,000 and B is 8,000. So can also be solved using allegation method. Okay. Yes, you can use allegation to get that. Yes, you can use the equation 0.8x and 1.25, but the what I mean to say is the fractions make it difficult to solve equations. I mean the decimal point, like 1.25 karna padega. Okay, so I prefer to take it. You can take it that way. There is no harm. It is perfectly fine if you take x and 1.25x or 0.8x, whatever you are getting. It is perfectly fine. Just that in integers, it is easy to solve equations. We can do it that way. And another approach is using the allegations approach, and which we can use here, that A, we are selling at 20% loss, B at 25% profit, overall 120%, that is 20% profit. Okay, and you get the ratio as 1:8. Okay. Okay, so data sufficiency, although rare, just taking a question here, is k square minus 8k plus 15 greater than 0? K is greater than 3, k is less than 1. So sometimes options will be the easy approach. So there will be, as I said, that there will be one or two questions which may look difficult. Okay, I mean, of course, they will be difficult, but there will be off-topic questions, right? So instead of worrying about those off-topic questions, focus on the other thing. Let us say आपने inequalities नहीं किया हुआ है और उससे एक आध कोई question आ जाए. So don't get bothered by it. So we need to tell that whether this is greater than 0. Okay, so what is this expression? This is basically k minus 3, k minus 5, right? That is the expression. So we need to tell whether it is greater than 0 or not. Okay, so the critical points of this are 3 and 5. Okay, so if we get a value in this range, it will be less than 0. Here between 3 and 5 it will be negative, and beyond 5 it is positive, and here also it is positive. So if you have any value between 3 and 5, it will be less than 0, and otherwise it is uh, like a positive number. So if you look at the first statement, it says k greater than 3. So k greater than 3 can come here also, can come here also. So we cannot determine whether it is positive or not. Okay. If we take k less than 1, k less than 1 means k is this side. So definitely it will have a positive value. So we can answer this using statement 2 alone. Okay, so 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, because when we take k greater than 3, it can have a positive value, it can have a negative value. Either thing is possible. Okay, so don't put value by value. I mean, don't take 4, 5, 6, because it will take, like if you do it that way, you might have to take more number of cases. You will have to try with 4, 5, 6. So you might have to try with different values. But like conceptually, we have that critical values as 3 and 5. So between 3 and 5 the function will be negative, and beyond 3 and 5, less than 3 or more than 5, it is positive. So when we say greater than 3, it can lie here also or it can lie here also, we cannot determine. But if it is less than 1, it is definitely a positive number. So using 2 alone, we can get it, the answer. All right, so units digit question, must do question. I mean, typically हो जाता है, इतना टाइम नहीं लगता इसमें करने में. So let's see this question. Units digit of the given number. So when you are dealing with units digit, it is entirely dependent on the units digit. So these digits are irrelevant. No matter how many digits are there, all are irrelevant. Now 1 raised to the power, any digit is always 1. So this will be 1, this will be 1. Now we have to left with 3 raised to the power 321. So we need to check the cyclicity of 3. 3, the cyclicity is 3, 3 square is 9, then 7, and then 1. Okay, and then we have another digit as 2. So 2, the cyclicity is 2, 4, 8, and 6. Okay, now when we look at the power over here, which is 3 raised to the power 321. So 320 is divisible by 4. And although, I mean, just check the last two digits. Divisibility is last two digits by 4. Okay, we will just check the last two digits. So anyway, these are done, last two digits. So 21 means that is first power. Right? 4 into 5 plus 1. So first power, that is 3. This digit is 3. 2, 31. 31 is 28 into 3. 28 plus 3. So third power, that is 8. Then 3 to the power 12. Fourth power, which is 1. And the last one is 12 raised 2 raised to the power 13. 13 is first power, which is 2. So this is what we will get. Okay, you just need to add these and get the answer. So we have 4, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13 plus 3, 16. So the answer would be 6. Okay, so all are getting different answers. It should be 6, 3, 8, 1, 1, 2, 1. Just check it just check again if you are getting 6 or not, or if I made any mistake over here. Isn't it? You will get 6 as the answer. Okay, pure question based on typical the cyclicity based question. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this session. So please do like this video. Let's look at the next question. There are two numbers. They are 25% and 30% less than the third number. By what percentage is the second number less than the first number? Okay, easy pickings. So, like as I said, that you will definitely find these level of questions also. ये जो अभी वाला question है ना, the first two numbers are 25% less, 30% less. There will be such questions, and you need to spot all such questions and do them at the first go. So, as soon as you see a question looks lengthy, avoid that. If it looks doable, probably do it. But the thing is, try to see all the questions. Okay, if you do not happen to see miss the questions, that's why I told you that finish the verbal part fast, and then in language, that logical reasoning and quant, try to give equal time, because maybe it might happen quant is lengthy but reasoning is easy, right? If quant is easy, then that is going to be the highest scoring slot of snap. Last year it happened with slot 2. Quant was easy that time, so quant easy aate hai to har koi score kar leta hai, because the reasoning is, I mean, more or less people score on similar range. Quant is the deciding factor. So the techniques, right? We did several questions on this. Okay, techniques we did. So those should be applied, calculation techniques and hacks. That is what make the difference, and the ability to leave questions. This is a very simple question. There are two numbers are 25% and 30% less than the third number. So let us say the third number is 100. So the numbers are 75 and 80. 70. Okay, by what percentage is the second number less than the first number? So this is the first number, this is the second number. By what percent it is less? It is less by 5. So 5 by 75, which is 1 by 15, or 6.67 percentage. Okay, easy one. There's a tower of 40 meter between two parallel roads. The angles of depression of the roads from the top of the tower are 30 degree and 45 degree. How far are the roads from each other? So heights and distances, please do cover it, and like anticipated topic. So attempt the strongest part first, whichever is strong. Okay, that gives you an advantage in an examination. So there's a tower. and 40 meter between two parallel roads. Acha, one thing I would like to tell you is, I mean, know the values like root 2, root 3, etc. They will come handy. Root 2 is 1.41, root 3 is 1.73. So there is a tower which is standing here and it is 40 meter and there are two parallel roads. Okay. And the angle of depression of the roads from the tower are 30 degree and 45 degrees. So this is 30 degree and this is 45 degrees. So we discussed previously also like 30 60 90 triangle. It is 1 ratio root 3 ratio 2 and 45 45 90 is 1 1 root 2. Right. So this is 45 45 triangle. So if this is 40, this length is also going to be 40. This is 30 60 90. This is opposite to the 30 is 40 degree 40 meters. So this will be 40 root 3 meters. Okay, so total is 40 plus 40 root 3. So 40 into like you can do very rough calculation. 1.7 if you take 68 ho jayega and zero point 0.3 so 69.2. This is 69.2, this is 40. Total is 109.2 feet. So like the thing is heights and distances you can get questions and like it is about visualizing the problem. Rest is very easy. The average of P and Q is R and the average of R and S is 3R by 2. What is the average of P and Q in terms of S? So it is easy. Average of P and Q is R. So P plus Q upon 2 is R. So we can directly say P plus Q is 2R. And average of R and S is 3R by 2. So R plus S is equal to 3R. It means S is equal to 2R. Okay. We need to find average of P and Q in terms of S. So P plus Q will be equal to 2R. That is equal to S, or P plus Q is equal to average of P and Q is need to be found out, right? So P plus Q will be S by 2. So the answer is S by 2. Pretty easy one. So there will be such questions also. Like आपको लगेगा कि बहुत straightforward one line question सीधे सीधे होने वाले. So you need to pick those questions. Yeah, there difficult questions will be fewer, and there will be some moderate, some easy ones. So that needs to be the task. Okay, so this is a question based on calendars, but not. You can call it a mix of calendars plus concept of quant also. Okay, so let's see this. Brinda has swimming lessons every fifth day and driving lessons every third day. Okay, so fifth day means that it is a multiple of 5 and multiple of 3. If she had a swimming and driving lessons on May 5th, on which of the following days will she have these these lessons, right? So it's a multiple of 5, it is a multiple of 3, so it will happen in 15 days. Okay, so every 15 day the thing will repeat. So LCM is 15. Okay, so every 15 days she will have both. Now we will find, like we are given May 5th, these are not in uh, the dates are not in the same month. So we will have to find the dates by adding 15. So May has 30 days, right? June has, May has 31 days, June has 30 days, then July has 31 days, August also has 31 days because the dates are given till September. So you'll have to figure out what dates could it be. So May 31 days, that means one of them will be 5 and 20. Then next, May has 31. So on June, it will become 4. Are you getting it? Like, why are we taking 4, not 5? Because if you take 20 plus 15, that is 35, right? So May has 31 days. So there will be 4 days taking to June. So next is 19. 19 plus 5 is 4. So 4th of July. And then 19 of July. Then 19 of July, if you add 15, that is 34. So 3rd of August. And then next will be 18th of August. Then August has 31 days. In September, she will have 33, that is 2nd of September. So among the options, 2nd September will fit. Okay, so that's what we need to calculate here. May 31 days. So 520 is fine. So 20 plus 15 becomes 35. There are 31 days. So next will be 4. 4 and 19, 5. 19 plus 15, 34. So 4 here. Now this is 19. 19 plus 15 is 34. Now July has 31 days. So in August it will be 3rd. Similarly, here 15 will get us 33 minus 31. We will get 2 September. Okay, so concept of calendar plus like basic concept of LCM also added over here. So clocks and calendars, you can get questions in reasoning and sometimes in quant also. Some examinations I've noticed. Even in NMAT, I've seen questions on calendars being asked in the quant section. And there was a time when, like, see, it is typically like ideally a logical concept, but is asked in the quant section. In CAT also we had questions in the past. Okay, and ZAT also asks sometimes these questions. I remember 2-3 years back, or maybe 4 years back, there was a question on this in ZAT in quant, like at what time the hands are opposite to each other. So, how many liters of water should be added to a 30-liter mixture of milk and water containing milk and water in the ratio of 7:3 such that the resultant mixture has 40% water in it? So, there is no such thing of guess, I mean, good guess. I mean, that is very random. And plus, the options that you get are असॉर्टेड लाइक हो सकता है किसी के उसमें फर्स्ट ऑप्शन आंसर हो किसी दूसरे के उसमें सेम क्वेश्चन का थर्ड ऑप्शन भी आंसर हो सकता है एंड सिमिलरली लाइक आई पुट none of these as the fourth option you might have like the second option as none of these. Okay, so let's see this one. How are we going to do it? Of course, none of these is option. That does not mean that none of these will be the answer also. Okay, always remember that none of these, कुछ questions का answers हो सकते हैं, but all questions that have none of these, the answer will be none of these. That is not the case. Okay, so if you, as long as you know how to attempt the question, please do attempt it genuinely. Now we are saying that how many liters of water should be added to 30-liter mixture of milk and water containing milk and water in the ratio of 7:3, such that the resultant mixture has 40% water in it. So we will see two ways to do it. So it has milk and water. Milk and water are in the ratio 7:3. It is 31 liters, so 21 liter milk and 9 liter water. Okay. Now we have to add some water to it such that it has 40% water in it. Now water is 40%, so milk should be 60%. Okay, milk should be 60%, right? Now if it is like milk is 60% and milk quantity will remain same, milk will remain 21 only. So 60/40 is 3:2. So it means water will become 14. So we need to add 5 liters of water. So that is one approach. Okay. Second approach is using the allegation formula. So we have milk and water, and what we are adding? We are adding water. Okay. So this mixture, the mixture has what percentage of water? This has 7:3. So 30% water. And when you are adding pure water, it is 100% water. Okay, and resultant is 40%. So when we do this, this has become 60 and 10, that is 6:1. We are taking 30 liter of this mixture, so we need 5 liters of water, so that also will give us the same answer. Okay, so two approaches of solving, either you take this method or this method. All right, let's see the next question. It's on geometry and circles. It says that in the given circle, there are some points. Which of the following is the diameter of the circle? So we need to tell which of the following is the diameter of the circle. How will you figure out which is the diameter? So we'll have to use a property of circles. Means the property of circle. So whenever we have a circle, okay, the circle is basically, diameter is what? Like in a circle, if you draw the diameter and any angle you make here becomes 90 degree. Okay. So in this triangle, this is 595, this angle is 80 degree, 10, 80, and this is 90 degree. So this angle is 90 degree. That means AD must be the diameter. If AD is the diameter, so the angle will be 90 degree. So basic property of diameter, that it subtends an angle of 90 degree. So AD will be the diameter. Because of AD, we are getting a 90 degree angle here. AB is a two-digit number where B is the units digit and A is the tens digit. If the digits of the number are reversed, then the number increases by 27. How many values are possible for the number AB? So reversal of digits, you should know that they are multiple of 9. So whenever we have a number, AB is a two-digit number, so it means that it is 10A plus B, right? If the digits of the number are reversed, the number increases by 27. So 10B plus A minus 10A plus B is 27. So we get 9 times of B minus A is 27. So that means B minus A is 3. So this is a property that you should know of two-digit numbers. Okay. So when you reverse them and subtract them. So whenever you reverse and subtract, so the number is 9 into difference between digits. Okay. If you reverse and add, then sum becomes 11 into sum of digits. Okay, this is some property that one must know of. Okay, so we need to know, like, instead of breaking the equation, it should directly come to your mind. ये equation मानेंगे जरूरत नहीं. Just remember that the difference is 3, right? Now, A is the 10th digit. So A has to start from 1. A cannot be 0. Otherwise, it will be considered as a single digit number. So A has to start from 1. So it will be 1, 4 and 2, 5 and so on. A can go up to 6. So there are 6 such numbers. Again, an easily pickable question in the exam. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session and we covered a wide variety of questions across the different sections and talked about which questions to attempt, which not to attempt. Okay, so there are a few questions for you to answer in the comments of this video. So please do solve these three questions and you can take a screenshot and solve, and then later on comment the three answers in the comment section of this video. And in case you are preparing for NMAT and SNAP and are looking for a structured course, you can check out our course. And we have these SNAP mocks based on the latest pattern and covering the different question types which have been asked in the recent exams. Okay, so you can check that as well. So this was today's session, a marathon session covering different concepts of quant, right? So it would have given you that taste, that different kind of questions that you can anticipate. Yeah, overall covering of all the topics, including geometry, algebra, number system. So it is going to be a mixed bag. Okay, arithmetic will still dominate, like around 40%, like out of 27, it will be arithmetic. There will be some kind of uh, variations, and it is the key is about picking the right set of questions. There will be sitter questions, like जैसे हमने last वाला question देखा. There were many questions that we did. So this session would have given you this flavor that there will be some easy questions, there will be some difficult questions, right? So it's not that I just want to take difficult questions. It has to be mix of things. So if there are easy questions, pick those easy questions. If there are moderate questions, attempt in round two. Difficult questions you need to avoid. Unless you have completed everything, then only come to the difficult questions. Okay, so like you complete the language section or English section in around 6 to 8 minutes, and then give 20 minutes to QA and LR both. Give them 20 minutes. If QA is easy, okay, remember that the cutoff is going to go up. And if QA is difficult, then cutoff will go down because that is the deciding factor. So try to maximize your attempts and do not worry about the cutoffs and all, because last year what happened, some students were fixated कि इतने लाने पे इतना percentile बन जाएगा. So do not watch all those content कि कितने score पे कितना percentile आता है. That will entirely depend on the paper. If the paper is difficult, the cutoffs will be lower. If the paper is easy, the cutoffs may go high. Okay, so that's for the class. Thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to like the session before you end the stream.